Oh my god, there's one person watching. Hello. Now, you're going to have to forgive me. This is my first time doing a stream, so it's going to be pretty rocky. I don't know what I'm doing. And, yeah, that's it, really. I don't know what I'm doing. So it's going to be very rocky, but stick with it. Stick with it. That is the name of the game. If I stick with it, then I'll learn all the tricks. So, firstly, hello. Been good to talk to you. I think it's Arush. Am I saying that right? Arush? Hello. So I guess it's just me and you for now, which is cool. Oh, there's two of us. Nice. Well, three of us, technically. Five of us. There's five of us. So I was just saying, this is my first stream ever. Never done a stream before. So there's going to be a lot of mistakes, and it's going to be very aimless. So I do apologize in advance. That is going to be aimless. But yeah, type in the name of your favorite film since 2020 in the chat. Let me know what your favorite film is since 2020. Let's see if we can get like a general consensus of what the best film is since 2020. And I bet that we will have each person say a different film. There won't be one person that says the same film. So yeah. Anyway, so as I said, I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first. I'm not going to be on for long. I'm going to be on for maybe 20 minutes, maybe, just to get used to how the chat works. And thank you for joining me. Even if you turn up for like 1 second, that's more than nothing. And hello, Frank. Yo, pig. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't like pig. And I'm not talking about the animal. I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about the film. I found it a bit pretentious. I thought Nicolas Cage was really good. But I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan. Hello, Issa. Hello, Andrew. It's 7:48 in the morning. Hello, William from Korea. I love Korea. And Oppenheimer. Okay. Since 2020, Oppenheimer. Maybe. Do you know what, Frank? In Pig, there's the actor who I don't know his name, but he's in Hereditary, and I like him. He's a good actor. It's very, very underused, but I think he also like directs and produces as well. So I don't think he particularly needs to be in a lot of projects. But yeah, Pig was a good film. Oppenheimer was a good film as well. Too much music for me. I didn't think there needed to be that much music in the film. Did there? Like every single second was not wasted with silence. Let's put it that way. Every single second was not wasted with silence. Let's put it that way. Holdovers. You know what? Holdovers was probably the best film I saw last year. If anyone's just joined the chat, type in the name of your favourite film since 2020. And Holdovers, for me, is the best film so far that's been mentioned out of Pig and Oppenheimer. Really liked the Holdovers, which got unfortunately held over at the Oscars. It's a bit of a pun there. The Banshees of Inisherin. Very good film. Very, very good film. Maybe the director's second best film. I think In Bruges is slightly better, if I'm being honest with you. Come on, who else? Who else is going to put a film in this little chat thing? So anyone who's just joined, this is my first ever stream. I've never done a stream before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it right now. And I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Just bear with me and just enjoy the mistakes and laugh at me. Ooh, what film's this now? Dune 2. Oh dear. You won't like my review on Dune 2 then, because I went in hard on it. In fairness, I didn't say it was a terrible film. I just said I expected more because I really liked the first one. The second one didn't do it for me, unfortunately. Hi, Christopher. How you doing? Now, if anyone's not seen Arush's review on his channel, he had a film review on his channel. I forgot what the name of the film is, but he posted it on Friday or Thursday. Really good review. Have a little watch of that. And yeah, he watches some really cool stuff. Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall. Beau is Afraid. I've not seen Beau is Afraid because it's 3 hours and it looks, again, that word pretentious. It looks very pretentious, so I've avoided it. But I'm sure at some point in my life I will watch it. Anatomy of a Fall is definitely the best film so far on that anyone said. I've not seen Talk to Me. Everywhere, Everything is a good film as well. Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yes, good film. Very good film. Very, very good film. Goes off the beaten track every now and again, doing some weird stuff with dildos. Don't know if I'm allowed to say that on this chat. I'll keep it child friendly for now, so I'm not going to say that word again. But it does some really weird stuff with a particular thing, which, you know, adds to the magic. Michelle Yeoh is wonderful. I agree. But yeah, Anatomy of a Fall so far is definitely the best film that you guys have mentioned. I would say personally, on a personal level, I do love a French film though, so I'm a bit biased. The Whale, yeah. Yeah. The Whale is, I would probably never rewatch it again. That is, yeah, I won't be watching The Whale again. Let's leave it there. Let's just say that. Good performance from Mr. Brendan Fraser. Glad he got an Oscar. Huge fan. But I found the film very melodramatic. Let's just say that. Tav, not seen that, but do love me some Cate Blanchett. You know, so basically the reason why I came online was, I know it's the first ever chat, was actually to talk about the box office, because when I posted on the community page about a video that Dan Morell posted about the box office and how it's declining over the years, I thought it'd be a good topic for a chat. Now, it is, as I've mentioned a million times now, it's my first chat, so I don't know if it's a good time to talk about that, because I don't think I can give it the justice it deserves. But at the same time, I am loving you guys putting these films in the chat. So if you've just joined, put in your favourite film since 2020. The Father is a brilliant film. Brilliant film. Really enjoyed that. It's the best performance Anthony Hopkins has given since he starred in Silence of the Lambs, in my humble opinion. Brilliant film. And I'm still saying Anatomy of a Fall is winning right now. Let's see if anyone can go better than Anatomy of a Fall since 2020. What about Ant-Man 3? Do you guys love that one? Do you love Ant-Man 3? Is that better than Anatomy of a Fall? No? Another Round. Brilliant film. Love that. Sorry, just looking at all your lovely suggestions here. Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit about the box office. I've just seen the film Monkey Man, literally After Sun's brilliant. Monkey Man, today. I'm going to do a review on that now. Well, I'm going to not do a review on it now. I'm going to post a review on it very shortly. So that's going to be a video coming out very shortly. But yeah, if you've seen Monkey Man, let me know in the comments. And I'm not going to give away what I thought about it, because that, you know, what's the point of watching the video? But it's a very interesting film. I'd say that. Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah. I love me some DiCaprio, but he was really just going over the top in that film. The acting was not sublime. De Niro actually was fantastic. I didn't think that the actress who, I think she won, didn't she? Did she win? Maybe she didn't. The actress in the film, I don't think she did win. I think Emma Stone won that, but I didn't. She's hardly in it, and when she's in it, she's in bed sick. So I didn't think she deserved a nomination. A little bit controversial, but there we go. Ant-Man 2. Wonderful film. Wonderful. Spider-Man No Way Home. That is actually a good film. It's fun. It's a very fun film. It's one of those films that you watch and then you're like, yeah, nope. I don't remember anything from that film. And Wonder Woman 87. So here's the thing. That came out during like first year of COVID, and we couldn't leave our homes. And I went about this really rigorous way of watching it because it was on HBO streaming for the first time. So I couldn't watch it myself because I'm based in the UK. So I had to get this fake credit card and get a fake address and everything. I went through the whole rigmarole of doing that. And then I watched it on Christmas Day, sat down with my Christmas dinner, and it was a turd. I felt like I was eating a turd. So that's what I think about Wonder Woman 84. Terrible film. Absolutely terrible film. Not good at all. But anyway, as I was saying, the box office is not doing too good, and I think we should go into a little bit. Although I'm enjoying this. I am enjoying this. The Green Knight. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. I will say that. Not for me. Dune 1, brilliant, very immersive film. Felt like I wanted to stay in the cinema for another 7 hours in that world, in those worlds. But then Dune 2 just ruined it for me. Pearl I've not seen, but I've heard good things. I'm not really a huge horror fan, so I've not stepped onto it too just yet. But I've heard good things. Barbie. I was wondering if you could explain more about your job and putting people in movies like Barbie, and of course I can. Absolutely, I will do that. I will do that very shortly. I will tell you all about how I got people onto Barbie and onto Dune Part 2. I will go into that very shortly. So if you've just joined, put the name of your favourite film in the chat since 2020. Again, this is my first ever stream. I'm not going to be on for much longer, maybe another 15 minutes. But at least it gives us a chance to know each other properly for the first time. Because, well, it's good to meet new people. Unless you're meeting Hannibal Lecter, in which case it's not so good. Who else have we got here? A24. What do I think about A24 going more commercial? See, I love this. This is why I want to talk to you guys, because stuff like that, love that question. I think A24 have to go more commercial because they are running out of money. And this is kind of why I wanted to talk about the box office. So you led me nicely into that. Now, when I posted that thing on my community page that Dan Morrell put on in his video, in his most recent video about the box office, it showed a downtrend since 2015, I think it was. So we're currently at the lowest point in the past 2015, nearly 10 years, 9 years, which is understandable. COVID, streaming services, so forth. So A24 have to be more commercial. They can't keep making these art house films. Beau is Afraid, who someone mentioned in the chat, was a huge bomb, and it cost a lot of money to make a film like that. And if you're consistently making lovely art house films but you're losing money, you need to somehow make that money back. So that is why A24 are kind of maneuvering into more commercial stuff. The Tragedy of Macbeth, is that the one directed by, is it Joel Cohen? Because that is a really good film. Puss in Boots is a brilliant film. If you guys have not seen Puss in Boots, what a film. Amazing film. See, it's the kind of thing that every Hollywood screenwriter should be watching and not duplicating, but to a degree analysing and working out how simple it is to write a good film. It's not that hard. Top Gun Maverick. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Past Lives, I've got a review of that on my channel. People didn't like my review. They thought I I thought I was being really nitpicky, but I didn't like that film. The director has some potential, but I didn't like that film. Poor Things is very good. Very, very good film. Way too much nudity. Way too much nudity. Unnecessary. Didn't need to happen. I know Emma Stone also produced it, so it's not like she's being exploited, but I didn't need to see that much naked Emma Stone ever in my life. I don't even think her husband sees that much naked Emma Stone. So why do we need to see it? Just not necessary, is it? Civil War. I've not seen it. Don't like the director's work, so I've avoided it. Sorry, guys. I have no opinions on Civil War, apart from I don't like the director's work. So do apologise. Unpopular opinion, Banshee should have won original screenplay instead of... What is Everything Everywhere? Okay. That's not an unpopular opinion. I think it's a good opinion. I do think it's a good opinion. Babylon is terrible. Babylon is terrible. Babylon is absolutely terrible. Babylon is maybe my worst film I've seen since 2020. That's my opinion on Babylon. It's too long. Margot Robbie is consistently shouting for 3 hours in my ear, and just a completely untamed, terrible performance from her. Brad Pitt is okay, and the other actors, they're in it, I guess. But it's really, it shows again, like Damien Chazelle has gone down since his second film, which was the drum film, which I can't remember the name of. He's gone down. Each one of his films has been a step down since then. So you guys probably disagree with that, but that's my opinion. Someone's wrote Palindrome in here, which is one of my films. Thank you, William. I have no opinion on my own film. So if you just joined the chat, then do write in your favourite film since 2020. See, Justin, I could do a poll, but my opinion was that so many people will put so many different answers that doing a poll would be pointless. But you guys have actually kind of chosen a lot of the same films, or maybe we're just talking about the same films because they're in the chat. But Frank, Banshees, you didn't like it. I liked it. I did like it. You couldn't even complete Babylon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I completed it. I think I fell asleep. I fell asleep when Tobey Maguire first came on the screen, which is a shame because I love Tobey Maguire. But from what I saw, it was just the Boogie Nights ripoff at that point. So I've kind of seen it already. So glad I fell asleep for that 10-minute segment or whatever it was. Felt like an hour because, man, that film made me tired. Respect for skipping Civil War. Seems like more of a scare advertising from elections than a standalone movie. Yes. And again, Alex Garland, I'm not a huge fan. I'm sorry, Alex, but just don't like your work. So that's the main reason why I avoided it. So, okay, so we've done the best films since 2020. Love that. Guys, what's the worst film since 2020? I don't want to bring the mood down, but let's do this. What's the worst film since 2020? Batman. The Batman's good. I'm not a huge Batman fan in general, but it's good. It's a good visual film. It's a good visual film. Another Batman. Favorite Denis Villeneuve. I'm saying it wrong. Denis Villeneuve. My favorite Denis Villeneuve film is undoubtedly, and one of my favorite films ever, is On Sundays. If you've not seen On Sundays, that's his best film. Unmistakably his best film. Watch that. On Sundays. In fact, I'll type it in the chat right now so you don't spell it wrong. It's so good. So good. Random question. What was your opinion on Terry Gilliam movies? Random question. Terry Gilliam is underrated. Extremely so. If you've not seen Brazil or 12 Monkeys, you should definitely watch those films. They are fantastic films. Brilliant films. He's not really kept up the quality, and he's had a very inconsistent career, which is why no one talks about him. but he is definitely a fantastic director. Yes, okay, so worst film since 2020. Let's have some fun. Moribus. Poor Things. Is this one of your favourite or one of your worst, Frank? Godzilla vs. Kong was dog shit, in my honest opinion. It was, wasn't it? Which one are you talking about, though? You're talking about the most recent one? Because I've not seen that one. I'm not going to see that one. You're talking about the one that came out during COVID. I honestly, Moribus I've not seen, or Moribus. I've not seen it. I know the film. It's, yeah. Ant-Man 3, Morbius, and Madam Web, Unholy Trio. I agree, Anna. Favorite film since 2020 was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Balances antagonist well with animation and stars immaculate. Christopher, totally agree with you. Tenet. Okay, should we have a Tenet chat? Should we have a Christopher Nolan chat? Should we have a Tenet chat first, though? I've not seen Talk to Me. Spoon Got You. That's a cool name. I've not seen Talk to Me, I'm sorry. Thor, Love and Thunder, terrible as well. Absolutely, totally agree. Terrible film. Tenet. Let's focus on Tenet. Let's narrow it down and let's focus on one thing. Let's focus on Tenet. Who has seen Tenet? Who liked Tenet? Because I find there's this like 1% of people that think it's fantastic, and then we have 99% of people that think it's brilliant. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I fit into that, but where do you guys feel? What do you feel about Tenet? What's your thoughts on Tenet? Talk to me. Go on, who's going to go first? Who's going to be brave enough to say something bad about Christopher Nolan? Who's going to do it? Is it going to be me? I watched Tenet with subs, still didn't get it. Tenet's screenplay was so confusing. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Come on. Go for Nolan's neck. Go on. He's not untouchable. You can do it. You just think about all the... Oh, here we go, Anna. I like Tenet. It's ambiguous. It's an ambiguous concept. Okay, I'm still not going to give my opinion yet. Even went to cinema first post-COVID and cinema theatre. Same as me. Hello, Rear Gaming. How's the exams going? Everyone, welcome Rear Gaming, who has exams. And I keep telling them to do exams. Do their exams. Focus on exams. They keep popping up. Naughty. Tenet is better than Oppenheimer. You know what? I'm gonna go what Kieran just said, which is, if anyone can tell me what they understood about Tenet, they get a medal. Can anyone tell me the plot of Tenet before I go into this film? And can anyone say something? Here we go. Issa, Tenet is like a great vibe movie. Okay, so there's a channel, and I forgot his name. Really cool channel. And I think he has a video all about Tenet being a vibe movie. And I should know his name. Patrick Williams. Brilliant video. Brilliant YouTuber. And yeah. Tenet. We are talking about Tenet. I like Tenet and Miami Vice. Movie directed by Michael Mann. Just for the atmosphere of the film. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And again, I think Patrick Williams spoke about that as well. Okay. So, Tenet. Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts about Christopher Nolan, and here's my thoughts about Tenet. Christopher Nolan is definitely one of the most exciting filmmakers we've had, over the past 40 years or so. So I haven't got an issue with him at all in that sense. And his earlier stuff was, I think, even better. Stuff like Memento and Inception. I think Inception was, for me personally, was the peak of Nolan. Not a huge Batman fan, but I do like Batman Begins and Batman The Dark Knight. Hate Dark Knight Rises. I think it's absolutely terrible. And I think between that film and Tenet, you're looking at his worst work. That's my opinion on Tenet. Because Tenet is a vibe movie, I guess. And Tenet is definitely interesting. But there's a point where interesting becomes just downright confusing and almost like a waste of my time. And Arush, Tennant story, entropy reversal to save the world. Totally get that completely. I just don't get the point, and I don't get like why. I know I get why if you want to save the world, but I don't get like stupid, like pointless, and that the purposely making the dialogue indecipherable. I don't get it. I don't get that as well. But hey, yeah. The Prestige, The Dark Knight Rises aged terribly. Do you know what it did? But it also at the time didn't. When I was watching it in the cinema for the first time, I was like, how has Batman broken his back, climbed this thing to get out of this cave, and then how did he get from wherever he was, Tibet or wherever, back to Gotham, when already they had told us for like an hour beforehand, consistently, that they had closed off that city and no one could get in. But Batman somehow got all the way from Tibet to Gotham, back into Gotham City. Doesn't really make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense. And you know, the Bane voice, which is iconic. Why Tom Hardy? Why Christopher Nolan? Why do you let him do that? Why? But yeah, Tenet was a great idea. Like you said, Bongo King, Tenet was a great idea, but not executed very well. Dunkirk, if we're talking about Christopher Nolan still, Dunkirk is it's a good cinema experience film. That's my opinion on Dunkirk. Wonderful when you're in the cinema, and one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had. And then I tried to watch it at home, and it didn't really match up to the experience that I had in the cinema. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Anyone else want to have a go at Christopher Nolan? Or was that it? No one's brave enough to have a go at Christopher Nolan. Come on, guys. I mean, listen, I'm not a huge fan of Zack Snyder. But I think every now and again, Christopher Nolan needs a little slap on the wrist just to wake him up. Because he has got immense talent. But he just, yeah. The Dark Knight Rises had the worst, cheapest looking sets in the third act. It was, actually. That fight outside the bank or whatever it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Just everyone fake punching each other. Absolute mess. Bruce Wayne definitely flew back to Gotham with EasyJet. 100%. 100%. Because he had no cash on him. I guess you can. I mean, I've never seen anyone in the world. I guess if you were like Mark Zuckerberg, maybe you could turn up to an airport and go, I'm Mark Zuckerberg, just let me on the plane. Maybe. I don't think that's going to work, but it might work. So maybe if you're Bruce Wayne and everyone knows who you are, even people in Tibet, maybe they'll let you on the plane. Who knows? Bane's monologue was too iconic with that voice. It was. I'm not going to lie. It was hilarious. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure if that's what Nolan was going for, but it was definitely hilarious. Give it that. Okay, so you guys, we are going to. I'm gonna. There's a few of you here. I'm gonna briefly touch on. I'm gonna let you guys tell me why. When was the last time you went to the cinema? When was the last time you went into a cinema and paid the admission fee, and what did you watch? Because it kind of links into a subject that I think is, for all of us, we all love film, and I think that we're in a very pivotal point where cinema is completely changing. And Martin Scorsese's always said that cinema has kind of come into this point where, he called it the Disney. What did he say? The theme park movies, the Disney movies, the Marvel movies are taking over, and it's crushing all the smaller films, like his film, like Killers of the Flower Moon, which did poorly at the box office. So, when was the last time that you guys went to the cinema, the movie theater, and paid for a ticket to go and watch a film? And what was it? And that's it. Just tell me that, because the last time I went to a movie theatre was Dune 2, which was like 2 months ago. And I have no inclination to go back. I might go and see... I Wolverine, but whatever it's called, Deadpool, Wolverine, might see it, might not. But yeah, talk to me. When was the last time you went? What did you see? And let's kind of touch upon the concept that the box office is struggling right now. So let's do it. Who went to where and who saw what? Talk to me. Talk to me. You guys are really going in on Christopher Nolan, eh? Yeah, so who went to the box office and who saw what? 2 weeks ago, Civil War. The last thing I watched was Dune 2 from Anna. Robert, that was you about Civil War. Last night, Frank, Abigail. How was that, actually? It looks interesting. I'm not a horror fan, but it looks interesting. Justin, last thing I watched was The Boy and the Heron, which is Japanese animation. I've heard good things. Adush, you saw Anatomy of a Fall in February. Vegard, you saw Killers of the Flower Moon. That was a while back, I'm sure. And Issa, 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't know the name of the film. Do you know what I might? What was it? Was it... Let me know. Let me know. I might know it. Robert, Killer of the Flower Moon probably would have been profitable if the runtime wasn't so long. Maybe. But I would say that in relation to that, I'm going to leave that there, and we're going to come back to that, because I don't think that's necessarily true, but we're going to leave it there, and we'll come back to it. I go to a bunch of previews. I paid to watch The Beekeeper, and that is from Christopher. And William, the last time you went to the cinema was in 2017, Blade Runner 2049. That cannot be true. And Andrew, you work at the cinema. So, okay. Andrew, Fall Guy, says it was such a blast. I do like me some Ryan Gosling, so I might give that a try. And Rare Gaming, you need to do your exam. You can't go and watch Civil War. Do your exams. Kieran, Suicide Squad, that cannot be true. That's the last time you went to the cinema, in 2016 on Suicide Squad. That cannot be true. Wow. Frank, love me some Dan Stevens. Legion, is that the action film? Well, it's a horror action film. I go to cinema every week, but you shouldn't be going to cinema every week because you've got exams. That's cool though. Respect that. Goat Life. What is that? That sounds amazing. Goat Life. Issa, that sounds cool. Civil War. Okay, I'm going to talk about Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm going to why I don't necessarily agree that it would have been profitable had it have been shorter. And the reason why I don't think it would have been profitable is because if you look at most films, most dramas that are released, like I'm talking about just dramas that are released at the theatres, at cinemas now, they don't make money. They do not make money. They lose money. Even a film that kind of has action. I mean, Guy Ritchie's recent film, Gentlemanly, the blah 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 of the Ungentlemanly Warfare, whatever it's called. Stupid title. Should not have been called that because no one went to go and see it. But even that, which is kind of an action film, it's got a good trailer. It didn't. Well, the budget wasn't too high in the first place, but it didn't make any money. Legion was a TV show. Sorry, Anna. Yes, it was. He was playing Professor X's son or something. But yeah, I don't think it would have. I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon would have made any money if it was shorter. And that's a sad indictment because DiCaprio used to be the biggest box office draw, and he could release himself on a yacht with a person that is definitely not of his age, and everyone would go and see it. But now no one goes to see his films and pay for it, and that's worrying. That's very worrying. I know the death of the movie star is upon us, and there's no real movie stars. Your Will Smiths, your Tom Cruises, and so forth. They're not guaranteed to open films, and if they can't open films, that means that there's less choice for genres, for experimental films, because no studio is going to take a chance on an experimental film with a big actor because they don't open films anymore. So this is a problem we've got, and that ultimately means that a lot of films that are being made, a lot of the best films that are being made by A24 or smaller studios who are taking chances. But then you've seen A24, they have to now release Civil War and give it this massive, huge marketing campaign because they need to make money. So we're kind of at a catch-22 where we can't make art house because it doesn't make money. If it is good or if it is art house, then typically it will go straight into streaming, or they are huge tentpole blockbuster films that come from comic books or existing franchises. So yeah, it's a tricky situation that we're in right now. I saw an Iranian film 3 weeks ago at the cinema. So I lied. I did go to cinema recently to see an Iranian film called Opponent, and the director was there. He was doing a Q&A, and it was a really good film. And again, like 15 years ago, that would have probably have been one of the top foreign release films that came out. Over here, it hardly got a pinch of marketing at all. So these are sad times. These are sad times. But anyway, I'm bringing the mood down. Let's talk about other stuff that's more fun. Let's talk about Legion. We're talking about Legion still, are we? Still talking about Legion. But I think there's two Legions. I think there's a TV show, and I think there's another one which did star Paul Bettany, Frank. And yeah, to just say again, Dan Stevens was brilliant. Is brilliant in everything. So yeah. Arish, I might ask something controversial, but are the mediocre directors dumbing down films? Oh dear. I don't know if I want to say anything about that. Yes, they are. They are. I'm gonna yes. Yes. I'm not going to go into that too much because I don't want to have a go at any directors. But I mean, everyone, name your favorite directors. They're probably directors who have been around for a long time. That's all I'm going to say. Ray Gaming, great question about Iranian films. I've started watching. I think he made A Separation. Abbas, I can't say his surname. I think he made A Separation. I'm not too sure, but I started watching. I didn't finish it, but he's apparently one of the great directors ever. So I will delve into his work at some point. And yeah. That question, Arish, about mediocre directors has hit me for 6 because I really want to go into it, but I'm not going to. I promise I won't. Okay, so Justin, here we go. Similar to Spotify, when movies became streamable, they became too accessible and less prestigious, not requiring audiences to pay for movies. See, totally agree with that. That is so true. The problem we've got, though, just to bring the mood down again, everyone, the problem we've got is that if you're a music artist like Drake or someone and you release a movie on streaming, you still have 2 other revenue streams, which is TikTok is one, and then concerts. And this, concerts have always been where a lot of music artists make their money, and that's never going to go out of fashion. But with movies, you only really have 2 avenue streams. One is cinema, which is becoming predominantly unprofitable, and then you have streaming, which is, I can't imagine that a film on streaming that cost 100 million is going to make its money back. So that's the issue there with music and film. It's a tricky one. Okay, Arish, talking about Iranian films, did you see Jafar Panahi? I did not. And I feel like I'm getting exposed for my lack of quality films that I've seen. So I might just bring the subject to something that favours me so I look really intelligent. So I'll say, have you guys seen the wonderful works of Kurosawa? And then you can go, yes. And then we can both look intelligent. That sounds more favourable to me. And then I can talk about that. Wow you with my wonderful information about Kurosawa and his incredible films like Seven Samurai and all the other ones. But no, I've not seen the films of Jafar, or the film Jafar Panahi. I think I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, box office, I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I think we're all here to have fun. It's my first stream. I've gone on for way too long. and I'm going to probably log off very soon. It's my first stream, so just we'll have more, don't worry. Laggy stream. Okay, is my stream lagging? Let me have a look. Is it lagging? Let me know in the comments if it's lagging. Conor McGregor. I think it is lagging because your comments I think are lagging as well. So okay, here's a story for you guys before I go. I would have streamed with my camera, but unfortunately someone broke into my car on Thursday and stole my camera, and I was stupid to keep it in there, but they did. They smashed the passenger seat window and they stole the camera, and I got home and I was like, you know what, someone smashed into my car but no one's taken anything. And I got home and was like, I might do a stream this weekend as I promised. And then I was like, where's my camera? Yep, that's it. That's why they smashed the window. So now I'm streaming off my crappy laptop, which is why the quality is probably so bad. So yeah, there you go. And Kieran, wonderful comment about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor having a wonderful impact in cinema, just like Al Pacino did in Scarecrow. Brilliant. That is brilliant. And again, if I'm lagging, let me know in the comments, guys, but I don't think it's going to help, because if I'm lagging, then, well, the messages are probably lagging too, aren't they? So apologies if I am lagging. But anyway, so I'm going to log off in about 3 minutes. You guys have been fan-bloody-tastic. Frank, thank you so much. Thank you for saying my fresh voice in a sea of dull, loud mouthpieces. Love you back. Seven Samurai and all the other ones. Tarsim, The Fall. Tarsim, I have seen that film. I don't know if you want me to do a video on that film though, because what I'll probably say, I'll just tell you right now, is that the film is one of the most beautiful films you could ever see. Every frame is like an art piece. So The Fall is fantastic, but the narrative is dog turd, and thusly the two things do not align. Just saying. But the film is gorgeous, and his typical problem from that director is that his work looks stunning, absolutely stunning. He's one of the most visual, incredible artists ever to be involved with celluloid, but then his narrative abilities are poor. He's like a good version of Zack Snyder, and I don't want to keep ragging on Zack Snyder because I do like a couple of his films, like 300 and Dawn of the Dead, so literally a couple of his films. But Tarsim is a very good director. But Arush, you need to get onto Akira Kurosawa, my friend. That's poor. That is poor. You need to sort that out right now. In fact, if you get a chance, put on Rashomon. Put that on. That's his gateway film. If you watch that film, you'll love the rest of his work. Anna, also a problem to buy Spotify Premium if you have access to all music regardless of the company distributors, but you need 20 streaming services because one. That is such a good point. Yeah, so this is my last point, and for many reasons. One is my battery is about to die. Another reason is the stream is lagging apparently. Another reason is I've gone in for longer than I thought I would do. So this is my last point. And Anna, that's a great point. Yes, if you get Spotify, you get pretty much every single song that you want under the sun. Every single artist goes on Spotify. If you want to watch a film though, like you said, Anna, or a TV show, there's 20 different streaming services. So, why am I going to get Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, so forth and so forth? It's a gamble. Like, you're taking a chance. Like, one film might be in one film might be in the other, and like a film that's coming out three months from now, you're like, I wonder what streaming service that's going to be on. In fairness, a lot of them are on Amazon Prime if you pay for the extra amount, but it's very confusing. Very, very confusing. Okay, so as I said, I think the stream's lagging. I think my battery's dying. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending the first ever stream on this channel. I did say it earlier on, but for those who missed it, there is a review of the film Monkey Man going live probably at maybe midnight UK time. That's by me, obviously. So if you get a chance, do watch that. Could you also hit the notification button? Because you're probably not getting notifications, or maybe you are. But that would be lovely if you could do that. One thing I do request of you all, could you hit the like button? Because there's probably been, I reckon, close to 100 people that have joined the stream today. And I've only got 10 likes. Which doesn't seem fair. Doesn't seem fair. I want more than that. Oh my god. Come on, guys. Just take a second out. I'm not asking for any super chats. Not yet, anyway. I might stay on for another 10 minutes and ask for some super chats. But for now, because what I said to you was I'm leaving now, to give you that false expectation that I'm going to leave. But I've stuck around because then maybe, it's like being at church. I might then ask you for a donation. I'm not going to do that, don't worry. But I'm asking you for a like. Go on. Let's get those likes up, please. Because then I'll grow and then I'll become famous. And you guys can say you were the first ones on my first stream. And it'll be just a momentous moment. I remember all your names. Robert, Anna, Arush, Kiran, everyone. Frank, Kiran. Everyone. I remember all your names when I'm famous for talking about films and saying cinema is dead. So, yeah, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Arish, yes, the stream is longer than 40 minutes. Seems like we are having a great discussion. I totally agree. To be honest with you, it's been all over the place. Because, again, I don't want to keep saying this, but it is my first stream. So it's just gone left, right, and centre, which I don't mind. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to talk about whatever. And the next time we chat, we'll have some subjects to talk about. But why not? Why can't we just say how bad The Dark Knight Rises is? It's awful. Why can't we talk about that for 10 minutes? Why can't Anna defend Tennant? Why can't she do that? She's allowed to do that. Come on. Right. I think that is going to be it. Maybe. I think that's going to be it. And I will actually be putting up something on the community page because I don't think it has been lagging. I think one person said it has been lagging. But yeah, I'll put something up on the community page and I will put a vote out and come up with a few subjects that we can talk about next time I go live. I might go live on Tuesday, maybe not. I'll let you guys know in the comment on the community page. But yeah, this has been epic, hasn't it? This has been absolutely epic. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for watching the videos and commenting on the videos and just being generally incredible. And yeah, please watch the Monkey Man review. If you haven't yet, hit the like button. If you're just watching this, if you've kind of just logged on and you haven't watched it live, also hit the like button. That'd be lovely. And yeah, any last comments before I go? No last comments? No. What do you guys think of the film Rebel Moon 2? Do you like that? Do you like that film? That amazing film? Please let me know in the comments if you love that. And I think that's it. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Love you all. And Arish, yes, you're OG. Issa, OG. And Marion Coulthard at the end of Dark Knight Rises. Brilliant. Amazing acting. Obviously, they were pushed for time on that day because if that was the best performance of the day and it made it into the edit, then I guess they were pushed for time. Okay, that's it. I'm out. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much. I've said I'm out like 10 times. It's like Jay-Z retiring, isn't it? He was never gonna retire, was he? It's nonsense. I am gonna retire though. I'm gonna retire to the comfort of my projector and probably watch another episode of Hannibal. I've got a video essay coming out on Hannibal very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. And big love, good night. And I don't know how to stop streaming, but I'll figure it out and then I'll be gone. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. And we'll speak soon.